Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, chapter 12. From text 25 onwards, we will read. So till yesterday, till 24th verse, we were hearing the quite detailed description of how this Akasura was looked like and what was the impression of the Gopas by seeing him, what we were thinking, all the details were described yesterday. We heard quite some verses. And today we'll continue from the verse 25. And there are several verses without purport. In between there are two short purport also is there. So I will read all of them. Then verse 33 we will chant together. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, who is situated as Antaryami, the Super Soul, in the core of everyone's heart, heard the boys talking among themselves about the artificial python. Unknown to them, it was actually Akasura, a demon who had appeared as python. Krishna, knowing this, wanted to forbid his associates to enter the demon's mouth. So now Krishna is a super soul. He understood this is a, because before the Gopas, they were, thinking this may be some, cave, this is maybe this, maybe that. So many different things. So now Krishna is a super soul. He understood this is a great demon. So he wanted to stop them. But in the meantime, what's happening? In the meantime, while Krishna was considering how to stop them, all the cowherd boys entered the mouth of the demon. The demon, however, did not swallow them, for he was thinking of his own relatives who had been killed by Krishna and was just waiting for Krishna to enter his mouth. So, even though all the Gopas entered, but still the demon was waiting. So, because Krishna already killed this Akasura's brother and sister, Putana and Akasura. So he wanted to, kill Krishna. So he was waiting for Krishna. Then Krishna saw that all the cowherd boys who did not know anyone but him as the Lord had now gone out of his hand and were helpless, having entered like a straws into the fire of the abdomen of Agasura, who was death personified. It was intolerable for Krishna to be separated from his friends and cowherd boys. Therefore, as if seeing that this had been arranged by his internal potency, Krishna was momentarily struck with wonder and unsure of what to do. Then, now, what was to be done? How could both the killing of this demon and saving of the devotees be performed simultaneously? Krishna, being ultimately potent, unlimitedly potent, decided to wait for an intelligent means by which he could simultaneously save the boys and kill the demon. Then he entered the mouth of Akasura. Krishna is known as Anantavirya Sarvagya because everything is known to him, because he knows everything perfectly well. It was not difficult for him to find means by which he could save the boys and at the same time kill the demon. Thus, he also decided to enter the demon's mouth. So it's not for Krishna something, difficult task. There is nothing difficult for Krishna. Always, whatever he does, simultaneously he, perform multiple tasks. You know, like when he say, the reason to appear in this world, he say paritranaya sadhana vinashaya saduskritam. Even though he said these two things, but acharyas are explained. Actually, he comes to protect the devotee, but as a just like a side effect, it happens automatically. It happens also killing the demons. So like that. So when Krishna entered the mouth of Aghasura, the demigods hidden behind the clouds exclaimed, "Alas, alas!" But the friends of Aghasura, like Kamsa and other demons, were jubilant. So they were thinking that Krishna will be killed. So everything, all their plans will be successful. So the demons were happy, but the demigods, they were all scared. They were thinking, they were worried. So when the invincible Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, heard the demigods crying, "Alas, alas," from behind the clouds, he immediately enlarged himself within the demon's throat just to save himself and the cowherd boys, his own associates, from the demon who wished to smash them. Such are the acts of Krishna, Paritranaya Sadhuna Vinashaya Saduskritam, Bhagavad Gita 4:8. By enlarging himself within the throat of a demon, Krishna suffocated and killed him, and at the same time saved himself and his associates from imminent death, and also saved the demigods from lamentation. So, regarding this verse, 30, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, his commentary, he says that so far, from beginning Putana up to Pakasura, Chakadashura, Trinavrata, all these demons, even in Damodar Leela, all these pastimes, whatever pastimes Krishna performed, he performed as a small, baby Krishna only, like, in small body. He did not, expand himself, make a big form or anything so far. So this is now, because that is for enjoyment for the Vrajavasis, as the childhood pastimes. So they were enjoying Krishna, whatever he was doing in that, as a small baby Krishna. So now, because they were not there, all the parents of the cowherd boys and others. So now Krishna is inside the mouth of this Akasura. So now he's showing his power, that he's expanding himself in the huge form. And okay, then the next verse. Then, because Krishna had increased the size of his body, the demon extended his own body to a very large size. Nonetheless, his breathing stopped, he suffocated, and his eyes rolled here and there and popped out. The demon's life air, however, could not pass through any outlet, and therefore it finally burst out through a hole in the top of the demon's head. When all the demon's life air had passed away through the hole in the top of his head, Krishna glanced over the dead cows and cowherd boys and brought them back to life. Then Mukunda, who can give one liberation, come out from the demon's mouth with his friends and the cows. So now the demon is killed and everyone came out. So now the verse 33, we chant together. Please repeat. Vinagibogoditam adbhutam agaj Jyotisvadamna jalayat disho dasha Pratikshakeva sitam isha nirghamam Nimeshatasmin mishatam divaukasam Pina, very great. Ahibhogavatitam issuing from the serpent's body, which was meant for material enjoyment. Adbhutam, very wonderful. Mahat, great. Jyoti, effulgence. Swadhamna, by his own illumination. Jhalayat, making glaring. Dishadasa, all the 10 directions. Pratikshaya, waiting. K, in the sky. Avasitam, individually staying. Isham Nirgamam, until the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, came out. Vivesha entered. Tasmin, in the body of Krishna. Mishatam, while observing. Divaukasam, all the demigods. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, the founder Acharya of International Society for Krishna Consciousness. From the body of gigantic python, a glaring effulgence came out, illuminating all directions and stayed individually in the sky until Krishna came out from the corpse's mouth. Then all the demigods looked on. This effulgence entered into Krishna's body. Purport. Apparently, the serpent named Aghasura, because of having received association with Krishna, attained mukti by entering Krishna's body. Entering the body of Krishna is called Sayujya Mukti, but later verse prove that Aghasura, like Tandavagra and others, received Sarupya Mukti. This has been broadly described by Srila Vishnu Chakravarti Thakura with his reference from the Lagutoshani, Srila Jiva Goswami. Aghasura attained Sarupa Mukti, being promoted to the Vaikuntha planets to live with the same four-armed body features as Vishnu. The explanation of how this is so may be summarized as follows. The effulgence came out from the python's body and became purified, attained spiritual Suddha Sattva, freed from material contamination, because Krishna has stayed within the serpent's body even after the serpent's death. One may doubt that such a demon, full of mischievous activities, could attain the liberation of Sarupya or Sayujya, and one may be astonished about this. But Krishna is so kind that in order to drive away such a doubt, he had the effulgence, the individual life of Python, wait for some time in its individuality, in the presence of all the demigods. Krishna is the full effulgence, and every living being is a part and parcel of the effulgence. As proved here, the effulgence is every living being is individual. For some time, the effulgence remained outside the demon's body, individuality, and did not mix with the whole effulgence, the Brahma Jyoti. The Brahman effulgence is not visible to material eyes, but to prove that every living being is individual. Krishna had this individual effulgence stay outside the demon's body for some time, for everyone to see. Then Krishna proved that anyone killed by him attains liberation, whether Sayujya, Saurabhya, Samipya, or whatever. But liberation of those who are on the transcendental platform of love and affection is Vimukti, special liberation. Thus, the serpent first entered the body of Krishna personally and mixed with the Brahman effulgence. This merging is called Sayujya Mukti, but from the later verse we find that Akasura attained Swarupya Mukti. Text 38 explains that Aghasura attained a body exactly like that of Vishnu, and the verse after that also clearly states that he attained a completely spiritual body like that of Narayana. Therefore, in 2 or 3 places, the Bhagavatam has confirmed that Akasura attained Sarupya Mukti. One may then argue, how is that he mixed with the Brahman effulgence? The answer is that as Jaya and Vijaya, after the 3 births, attained Sarupya Mukti and association with the Lord, Aghasura received a similar liberation. Namo Shripadaya Krishna Prasthaya Paparashma Bhakti Swami Namo Shripadaya Krishna Prasthaya Papare Srimad Bhaktivedanta Swami Namane Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharane Nirvisheshwani Vadi Prashati Krishtara Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So here we continue hearing this pastime of killing Akasura by Lord Krishna. So yesterday, as I said before, that we were hearing different description about the form of the Akasura and what was the Gopas were thinking by seeing that form, and all the detailed description were there. So now we see that after Gopas entered, even though Krishna wanted to stop, but somehow already all the Gopas they entered. So then Krishna was thinking how to now kill the Akasura and how to save all the Gopas. So then he decided to enter inside. Then he expanded himself, and then the Akasura life air went out and he died, and all the Gopas, everyone came out. So this is short, in short, this Lila. And now, who is this Akasura? So we know already, we were hearing that he is a brother of Akasura and Putana. So already one brother and sister was killed by Krishna. So now the Akasura, he also wanted to, revenge. He wants to kill and send by Kamsa. So who was he? In Karga Samhita it is explained that in the previous life he was Shankachuda's son. His name was Aga. So he was young, strong, very handsome. He was like another Kamadeva. He was. So when he saw that Astavakra Muni, he was, Astavakra means, the name itself is describes that his body is, not properly shaped. There's so many bends are there. So he's not looking very, nice. So when he saw the Astavakra Muni, and he laughed, at him and said, who is this ugly person? Like that he was asking. So then the Astavakra sage cursed this demon Aga. He said that, "O wicked-hearted one, you will become a snake. You will be the ugliest snake in the cycle of the earth. So you will take birth in the earth, and then you will be the ugliest snake." So this is how he became a snake. So seeing that demon, his pride and arrogance now gone. Now, he is, after getting cursed, always all these demons, they feel their mistake, and then, they ask to forgive, so then after seeing his arrogance is gone, so Ashtavakra said, okay, he gave him a benediction that Sri Krishna, who is more handsome than many millions of Kamadevas, will enter your stomach, then you will be free from having a snake's form. So by Ashtavakra's curse, Aghasura became a snake, and by Ashtavakra's blessings, Aghasura attained liberation. Even the demigods cannot attain. So this is about the past life of Aghasura. And exactly as Ashtavakra Muni, his blessings is happened now, the Ashtavakra, this Aghasura got liberated. So now Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains this Ashtavakra, this Aghasura is a personification of intolerance and cruelty. Nisamsatvam prachandatvam Aghasura swarupakam. So these two, intolerance and cruelty, these two qualities is a personification of these two things. So Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains this is due to lack of compassion for the living entities. This quality is there. So what happens when you are not intolerant, when you are cruel, there is no compassion, then gradually attachment to Krishna is diminished. Because compassion and remaining separated from attachment to Krishna is not possible, because it's the same thing. The basis of compassion for the living entities and devotion to Krishna is same. So, because Krishna always is compassion to the living entities, Sugrutam Sarvabhutanam, he is well-wisher of all the living entities, and he is always thinking how to benefit everyone. So this quality, being a compassion, is the first and foremost of quality of a Vaishnava, who is a devotee. So in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is and Prabhupada also in Bhagavatam purport explains that 26 qualities of a Vaishnava. So the first quality is compassion. It's very important quality. Because of that compassion, all the Vaishnavas, they always go out and preach, even though is preaching, especially now in this Kali Yuga, is a thankless task. People are not welcoming, people are not ready to accept. Many times for preaching, people get angry, they attack the devotees, they do so many harmful activities for devotees, but still devotees, they just tolerate everything and they go out because they know the benefit of this activity. So the compassion is very important quality. So, therefore, the Lord Himself takes so many avatars. We know that unlimited avatar Lord takes Rama, Nrsimha, Varaha, Matsya, Kurma, all these transcendental uh, appearance of Lord to perform so many different pastimes, so that the conditioned souls can, attracted, and then they can, develop attachment to Krishna and then give up this material world. That is the idea. Because a Lord takes so many avatar and devotee, he understand the intention of the Lord, and devotees also, uh, uh, they come from the spiritual world, like all our acharyas. They also showing that their compassion to the living entities. They um, also do the same thing even more widely, like Srila Prabhupada writes in on purpose that Krishna's devotee distribute Krishna door to door. Such is the mercy. Out of compassion for living entities, the devotees go door to door and distribute the holy name, which is Krishna himself. The most merciful Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu also distributed the Lord's holy name, the ultimate object of the worship for everyone. By good fortune, we can take shelter of Krishna's devotee and sincerely surrender ourselves at his or her lotus feet. Then that devotee will certainly give us Krishna. So, this is the mood of devotees, because Lord Krishna himself instructed, he demanded in Bhagavad Gita that Sarvadharman Parityaja Mamekam Saranam Vraja. Then he see that not many of them came and surrendered as per his demand. So, and then Lord is thinking how to, bring these conditioned souls. They are suffering in this material world. So Lord himself appear as a devotee, as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Now he is not demanding, he is just asking us, chant Hare Krishna. He's going door to door and chant Hare Krishna. Don't do, no need anything else. Just chant Hare Krishna, So by chanting Hare Krishna, by giving this Krishna's name, he gives Krishna. So therefore, devotees always also doing this chanting holy name, and we know this is really most compassionate work done by devotees, especially in our movement. We all have experienced how Srila Prabhupada went to America, where the completely ignorant of anything Vedic life, anything Vedic, knowledge. People are completely ignorant, and to them, Prabhupada, so merciful, so compassion, and so many inconvenience. He tolerated everything, and he just, to fulfill his Guru Maharaj order and to fulfill the desire of Krishna, and he just, waited for the time, and then, slowly people started to come. Now the movement is worldwide spread. Now we have so many temples everywhere. So similarly, Srila Prabhupada also requested all of his disciples and grand disciples and everyone, so that continue the same thing, the spreading this movement by giving holy name, by distributing Srila Prabhupada books in that way. So that's what devotees are praying to the Lord always. They want to be a servant of Krishna and they want to be compassion to all the living entities so they can give the holy name and especially Srila Prabhupada books. So in that way, they can engage themselves the most beneficial work. So now this compassion, the quality, if it's not there, then we see that as we see before that this other quality which this Agasura possess, that intolerance and cruelty comes. So what is this intolerance? Is in the nectar of devotion is explained. One's inability to tolerate an offense committed by another is called amarsha. And one's inability to tolerate the opulence of another is called jealousy. So jealousy and amarsha are both caused by intolerance. So this intolerance very much we can experience in the modern society. Most of the people they don't like, as I mentioned before, people they don't like when we go out and do Harinam Sankirtan or distribute books. They get upset and they can't tolerate. They think this is botheration. So there is one day in America, Srila Prabhupada was there in the airport. The reporters were asking some questions. So Srila Prabhupada said, one reporter asking, some of the objections are that the followers of Hare Krishna sect are on the street or in the airports or bothering people because devotees were distributing books in the airport. So many devotees are distributing books and then they go in the street chanting Hare Krishna. So people are complaining. So Prabhupada is replying, the airport itself is botheration, so much sound, so much accident, so many messes happening. So why this little botheration they cannot tolerate? That means intolerance. It is full of botheration and because we are chanting, they very much disturbed. He is asking, is this so much botheration? Why they have so much disturbed? We don't chant in the airport, but we ask people that here is a very good book. You will benefit. If you like, you can take. So what is the wrong there? Tell me what is wrong. If I give you something very nice, is that wrong? You read any book, we have got 50 books. You find out any fault in that. If you are distributing bad literature, which is against the social welfare, then you can object. But you see, bring all our books here and you will see any page you open and you will find something good. Why you are denying to distribute such literature for the benefit of the people in general? So what is wrong there? So this is the, Prabhupada's argument, By reading this book, people becoming good. They develop good qualities. They become more responsible person in the society. They're really doing something good for the society. So why do you object? Even here now is happening. Last time when Haripad Prabhu was there, of course it was not recently, but it's few years back. We want to receive him from the railway station. We were doing kirtan and some people came and, that is so much botheration. They were commenting very badly. So, but they will be tolerating such a huge noise from this railway station and this TV, film music and so many nonsense advertisements. That is not bothering them at all, huh? Which is completely polluting their mind, completely material consciousness, huh? Just developing their karma, their anger, their, all these bad qualities are developed by seeing all this advertisement. So much greed is developed. All the bad qualities are developed, but they are not disturbed by that. By chanting, when we chant Hare Krishna, by hearing this holy name, they get disturbed. So this shows how this material civilization is completely demoniac. Really, when you come in the railway station, all of you experience. We are not exaggerating anything. So loud, these speakers, this TV they put, so loud, so noisy. You can't, concentrate on anything. You can't do anything there, useful thing. It's so disturbing. But when we chant Krishna's name, they can't tolerate it. So many times, everywhere, all over the world, we are experiencing in our movement how these demonic people are objecting. They can't tolerate these small things. But Prabhupada is asking, this is beneficial for everyone. If it is something wrong, you object. Is reasonable if we accept. But if something is beneficial for you, you are going to benefit it. So why you are objecting? So, and also, of course, devotee also sometimes exhibit this quality, intolerance, but this other way. It's not the same way. Like in Bhagavad Gita is explained the qualities of devotees. Is explained that daya, they are also intolerance to see others' unhappiness. Para dukkha dukkhi. When devotees see others suffering, they feel sorry for that. They feel sad. So therefore, they also intolerance. Therefore, they wanted to benefit something for these people, suffering people. So they give Krishna's holy name. They give literatures like Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam and other books. And they give prasadam. And they invite people for the temple. They invite people for festival celebrations. So devotees do always something beneficial for the people because they are intolerant to see the people are suffering in this material world. Devotees are not para dukkha sukhi. But here in the material world, most of the people, unfortunately, they are happy by seeing others suffering. They are by mocking others, by joking, by using bad words towards others, and so many nonsense way they by make others to suffer or make others feel inconvenient, and then they feel happy. This is the material consciousness. But we see that in this material civilization means always there some cruelness also is there. The cruelty, this quality also is expressed in many ways. Srila Prabhupada writes in Bhagavatam purport that we actually saw during the partition days in India that although Hindus and Muslims were living together peacefully, manipulation by politicians suddenly aroused feelings of hatred between them, and thus the Hindus and Muslims killed one another over politics. This is a sign of Kali Yuga. So we can see this is a completely artificially created the hatredness just for politics' sake. The politicians, they don't want to do something, so they don't care. Even people are killing each other. They become so cruel just to obtain their post. So whoever knew the real Indian history, they know that, even here, everybody knows, every Hindus, they will call Muslim as a mama, means uncle, with some relationship they will have. The Hindus used to go to the Muslims' functions, the Muslims used to come to the Hindus' functions. That was common thing. But now, so much, even now, is happening. Even now, this recent election, also we can see that what these politicians, one party is, like I don't know how to say this. Looks like they are Hindu supporters, and the opposite party, they are accusing that they are catering some minority community. So in that way, they make politics, even though people don't have such a feeling, but the politicians, they create such a feelings, and then they can each other fight and kill themselves. They don't care. But some or other, they want to get the vote, and they want to become, get the power. Just for that sake, they become so cruel, these politicians. If leaders are like this, so cruel, then what to speak of common people? The common people will follow these leaders. So that's what is happening now. So, and also we see sometimes the cruelty towards animals, so much, not sometimes, it's almost every day, is every minute, every second is happening. Millions of, trillions of animals are killed, fishes, chickens, goats, cows. So many animals are killed. So there was a interview, there was some conversation with Srila Prabhupada. There is one Indian gentleman is asking, some time ago in Kolkata, they observed a week. It was named Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Week. So Prabhupada, when he heard that, immediately he laughed a little bit, and then he said, this is another foolishness. They are advertising prevention of cruelty, and they are maintaining thousands of slaughterhouses. There is another foolishness. So, and we know this, what they call, PETA. These people, sometimes they, so much advertise, and they made so many, videos, that. But they just care for cats and dogs. And every day, millions of goats and chickens, and including cows, they were killed. They know there is a huge slaughterhouse are maintained for that meat purpose, So these animals are killed, but they don't do anything for that. If anybody, do any little, cruel act to other animals, or even just to keep as a pets, they put so many restrictions, so many things. But Prabhupada says these all are nonsense. Actually, they are all cruel people. No one really care for anyone. This is modern civilization, material civilization. So, therefore, this quality is very much is condemned. So, Prabhupada very often quotes that how this butcher is advised not to live and not to die. Because while living, he's so cruel. Every day he's killing so many animals. So he creates hellish condition for his next life. Next birth will be definitely hellish. So therefore, he should not live. But he also should not advise not to die, because after death, definitely it is sure that he is going to darkest region of hell. So therefore, this act being a cruel to other living entities is condemned. So not only to the animals, even to the people, other people, there's so many different way in the modern society. People become cruel. Like sometimes, out of ignorance, what is good, what is bad, they do not know today's society. In the name of help, in the name of compassion to others, they become actually very cruel. So, like Srila Prabhupada gives example, like this boy. There were two brothers. One of them were some stomach, indigestion problem, some heavy stomach problem, and he just came back from the treatment, and then he felt hungry, but the doctor forbade him not to take anything solid food. So the other brother felt compassion. Oh, my brother is hungry. He didn't eat anything. So let me give him a parota. Parota, even for normal people, is difficult to digest. Yeah. So this boy already have a problem. So this other boy did not know. He was in ignorance. Even though he was thinking he is going to help his brother, but his act becomes so cruel that the other brother almost died. So Prabhupada so many times narrates this story. And practically also we see in the history in India, this when Mother Teresa came, everyone is glorify her till now. And she came and she saw in the streets of Calcutta that so many people without food, they were diseased, and then they didn't have any shelter. So she took all of them and gave some treatment and food and shelter, everything. But in that food, she also given meat. So the fellow who is lying on the street, he wouldn't have any opportunity to eat meat, because who will give him meat? Even if somebody gives, they will give maybe one chapati or something, or a little rice. Maximum he will get like that. He will not have an opportunity, because meat is always expensive. The beggars, they can't eat meat unless they go on some dustbin, something they find. But now, in the name of compassion, helping others, what she did, she actually did the most cruel activity. She became most cruel. Because sure, they are going to hell. By her activity, she is going to hell, but she is not going alone. She is taking others also. This innocent People also going to hell because of her. So, and also in many other way, even these so-called educated people, all these big doctors, they also nowadays is becoming so cruel. Name of Srila Prabhupada speaks about this name of research, uh, testing. So many these rats, so many monkeys, they kill. They create some medicine. They, for the namesake of, the testing, they kill so many animals. When you study in the schools, biology department, and they kill so many rats. So we all know this is in the name of education, name of uh, this medicine, they become also cruel. Uh, and especially nowadays, they build a big hospitals. Hospitals is very difficult to maintain unless you get enough money. You have to pay so much salary for all the doctors, all the people who are cleaning, who are maintaining, electricians, plumbers, and all the maintenance of the building, everything. So much you have to pay. And apart from that, the politicians will come and they always take some money from you. Then all these expenses you have to maintain. So the doctors, they don't care about the patient's welfare. Even sometimes it happens that when patient died, they don't inform to the relatives that the patient is died. They continue to keep him in the ICU, intensive care unit, uh, because there only you can charge them very, high bill So they keep in ICU. No one is allowed to go and see there. And then after squeeze out all the money from all the relatives, then they say, sorry, we tried our best. Mm. So many times happened. It's not exaggerated. Uh, I know myself, one case at least from my village. There was a young man, some 27, 28-year-old. He was going in the bike and had an accident. And it was quite a heavy accident. Head was hit, and on the spot he died actually. But still, the people have some hope. They brought to hospital here, one of the famous hospital in Salem, and they brought him, and then they say, no problem. After 48 hours, observation, we will tell you. And they say, okay, they had some hope, okay, because he's young, 28-year-old man who will like to just give up like that. So, and they were quite wealthy family in that village. It was, like village jamindar, family, and so they were having a lot of land, and. So the hospital people, they understood they are wealthy people, and then they taking money every day, more and more. Then after 3, 4 days, they were doubting. No one was allowed to see the patient at all. You can see from the outside, the door only. You can't go inside the room. Then somehow another relative from far away, he came to know what's going on, and then he was also something with Dr. Field, and then by force, he went inside, and he realized that it's a dead body. They're just keeping, 4 days, and they just squeeze out so much money, and they didn't want to agree that, what their mistake. Then the whole village came with a full truck of, all weapon and, so many stones, and they wanted to just demolish all the hospital. They were so angry. And then they agreed, yes, sorry, we did a mistake. And they, gave back all the money, and then this happened here. I can't tell the hospital name. Another incident I can tell you this. Here, just the big hospital next to our temple nearby, uh, one of our devotees' mother had one day just some chest pain, and then just, suddenly she had some pain. Immediately they took her to hospital. I mean, she's like 70s, So, and then immediately, without any test, without anything, immediately they told 50,000 rupees you pay to, admit her, and then we are going to do surgery. No any test, nothing. They just immediately like that, and then, waited little bit, and then they were thinking what to do. Then in meantime, she felt a little better. Pain was reduced. Then came home, nothing happened. He didn't want to admit, and then they came, nothing. Imagine if they allow her, go for surgery, how much money they could take it. Fortunately, the process was a little delayed, and, she felt better, and they came back home. So, I mean, I can say there are there's so many incidents. Other doctor friends also told me so many things, but no need. We can understand this much. And politicians, doctors, and not only that, the teachers, professors. So many times Prabhupada say they are not teachers, they are cheaters. Why they are cruel? Because they teach the student which is not fact. They say the Big Bang theory, they say Darwin theory, but all these things are completely bogus, we all know, because we read Prabhupada books, we heard from Prabhupada. So, but by teaching this knowledge, which is not knowledge, which is ignorance, they misguiding all the students. So in that way, they become cruel. Actually, the greatest violence is misguiding the spirit soul, not engage in Krishna service. That is the greatest violence. So the Mayavadis, the so-called spiritualists, the professors, the teachers, in this way, all civilization, almost everyone, becomes so cruel because out of ignorance, they do not know what to do, what is good for themselves, what is good for others. So Prabhupada said the modern civilization, not referring to the verdict of the Vedic literature, is so cruel to the members of human society that instead of teaching children to become brahmacharis, it teaches mother to kill their own children even in the womb, on the play of curbing the increase of population. So when you say the pure love in this material world, we always say that the mother and child, they have the pure love without expectation. But even that is now becoming big question. Is really there is love? This is the material world. Why? Because there is no knowledge of the Vedic literature. They don't refer to the Vedic literature. So the conclusion is that to develop the quality of compassion to other living entities, we have to give up this quality of this intolerance and cruelty. That is possible only by engage in devotional service. The best example we can see from Chaitanya Charitamrita that the Mrigari, was the most cruel person, killing the animals half life. He was not even killing them fully. They suffer. If his arrow is pierced and you are not died, and you're really suffering. So means unless you are a really, really cruel person, you won't do that. So such a cruel person, by the mercy of a devotee, Narada Muni, and he become most compassionate person. He become compassion to even to ant. He doesn't want to even step on an ant. He becomes so much compassion to the other living entities. So this is only way by engaging ourselves in the devotional service, we can develop this quality, give up this asuric mentality, asuric quality, being cruel to others, being intolerant of every small thing. So we can become tolerate. We can um, develop this quality of compassion. So sorry, already late. Just one last sloka. Just yesterday evening Bhagavad Gita class also I quoted this very nice sloka from Bhagavatam, first canto. Is related to Parikshit Maharaj, cursed by this Brahmana boy. So he says that Drashkritha Vipralabdha, Vipralabdha Shabda Kshiptha Hata Api Nasya Tat Pratikurvanti Tat Bhakta Prabhavo Vihi. The devotee of the Lord are so forbearing that even though they are defamed, cheated, cursed, disturbed, neglected, or even killed, they are never inclined to revenge themselves. So this is very important thing, that even though others are intolerant, even though others are cruel towards us, we have, we should not again, they are doing like this, I should do against them, I have to revenge them. We should not think like that. We just tolerate. Srila Prabhupada was asking devotees, can't you tolerate small thing? Sometimes some complaint comes about some devotees. So Prabhupada say, just tolerate, give them mercy, like that. So in that way, is a devotional service only shelter for us to develop this compassion to other living entities. In that way, we will be also saved. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila